Today, in this moment, what I'd like to do is help you find your laughing place, your peaceful place, um, your oriented toward the future place. Know you have each of these places and you've used each of these places in the past at various times of your life, and sometimes it can be hard to find them. So we're going to work on finding them today uh, because laughter is healthy and drives out misery. Now, everybody has a laughing place and you have yours. Everybody has a peaceful place and you have yours. You might have lost track of it, might can't quite remember the path there, and yet it is there. And you can start by making a smile come to your face, even if you don't feel like it. This is the fun thing we know. Our body is oriented to create certain emotions and mind states when the muscles in our face move into a smile. So see what happens if you tell all the muscles in your face to make a smile now. That's right. See what happens. You can do it. And some of those chemicals might show up right away. We know some of those chemicals need to travel before creating new feelings. And so you can do that. And the smile comes onto your face, and notice the feeling that goes along with it. And just let that feeling go down to your heart and spread over your entire body. And as you begin to feel this pleasant sensation, just let it happen. Here, now, in this place, just let it happen. And now I wonder if you can make yourself feel like laughing even when you haven't felt this way in a while. Because laughing is healthy and drives away misery. Just do it and see what happens. Just do it and see what happens. Notice that feeling of wanting to laugh. Or perhaps just dive in and now for a moment, just laugh, even if you can't find the urge to laugh. Go ahead and laugh out loud now. That's right. You may enjoy that feeling more than you expected, or you may be surprised how it begins to grow in the background and then eventually comes forward. And we know this. As you feel more like laughing, it may bring up a happy time of a place you felt like laughing. You might remember that sensation of laughing, or even just an image you saw of yourself one time when someone took a picture of you laughing. And just seeing that picture or remembering these sensations can bring up a happy memory of a time you felt like laughing. And you may begin to experience some of the sensations that go along with those feelings. The scene, the place, the colors, the shapes, the people you are with, or the quiet peacefulness of solitude, the sounds, the shared laughter, the music, or perhaps the voice of someone who loves you, the smells that are here, the scent of the perfume or the flowers, perhaps the smell of clean, fresh air in the outdoors, the delicate aroma of a good wine, the taste of your favorite food or drink, Perhaps the touch, the caress of someone who loves you. More and more details, and perhaps even more and more memories adding on top of this one, building this effect. All the things that make your laughing place, so good, so free of cares or worries or duties. And while you are enjoying your laughing place, notice how nothing can bother, nothing can disturb you, because this place is not that memory or that memory or that memory. This place, this laughing place, is here inside you. You carry it with you. And each and every time you pull up this memory, the path to your laughing place becomes stronger, clearer, more straightforward, moving ahead. When your inner mind knows that you are so concentrated on your laughing place that nothing can bother you, then nothing can disturb. And it might bring up the image of other times of feeling a deeper sense of what it means to laugh. The smile on the face, perhaps, the chuckle in the lungs, but even more than that, the sense floating down underneath those of deep sense of peace, a deep sense of knowing you are able to both enjoy the world and protect yourself from danger. Perhaps you find yourself of that sensation being on the basketball court, that sense of your entire body being light, full of laughter, full of focus to the point where the crowd, the noise disappears because you know the enjoyment of this moment does not need awareness of the crowd, and the crowd just fades to the background. And curiously, your awareness expands for those things that truly are important to this moment. And you become more aware rather than less aware of the movements of the other players you care for and you're connected with. You become more aware and can truly enjoy the place and position of each and every member of your team, and how good it felt to be able to look forward to your next move, your next dribble, your next chance to raise those arms and catch the ball coming towards you with perfect acuity, knowing that all the unnecessary signals of the crowd have just floated to the background, have become quiet in the background. If ever a member of the crowd stepped forward and stepped onto the playing field, stepped onto the court, you know you would instantly become aware, just the same as you would instantly become aware when suddenly that coach that you were not noticing on the sideline would raise a hand or just even make eye contact with you, how you instantly became aware of him and could deal with what the message was. Isn't that interesting? That your enjoyment continues to build in this place of concentrated focus, laughter, and a sense of peace. And yet you could allow new things to come in when you needed to pay attention and let them fade again to the background. How the sense of being aware of the opposing players was also there for you and was highly tuned in, yet only the players who were on the field at that time, on the court at that time. Notice how the players on the bench, it's almost as if they didn't exist. And isn't that curious? How your mind could just ignore them, the things they were shouting, the things they were saying, the noise they were making just did not exist in this place of joy, laughter, and peace. Did not interfere with your ability to connect with those you care about. Did not become any type of danger signal to you that would interfere with the work you were doing. And yet the minute one of them came onto the court and became a player, they instantly entered your awareness. And whoever was leaving the court ceased to exist, ceased to interfere. Curious. And perhaps you can capture some of that sensation now. Perhaps you can feel the ball leaving your hand, hitting the court and returning to your hand with such perfect ease, as your eyes see exactly what you need to stay in this place of laughing bliss, and your eyes let everything that's unnecessary fade away. Moving forward down the court, carrying with you the ability to know where you're going and how to enjoy getting there. Isn't that interesting? And something so hard to do on the court became so easy and second nature to you that perhaps you can even remember that sensation deeper now and feel it flowing into your arms, into your neck, into your head, perhaps feeling that sense of being in that laughing place, being in the zone right now behind your eyes, perhaps in your jaw, flowing down the neck into the chest, remembering that feeling of being able to enjoy being connected to the people you care about and moving towards the future you envision. Perhaps feeling it drip down those back muscles. Perhaps sensing a warmth flowing into the lower back. Perhaps sense that warmth flowing through your chest, through your lungs, down into your stomach, all getting coated in this warm sense of being able to be at peace in the middle of all of this movement. Noticing what it feels like for your stomach as this feeling fills it, and your stomach realizes you are at peace even with a crowd there just inches off the court. You are at peace and yet at the same time perfectly aware of everything that is important in this moment. Everything else can fade to the background. You don't need, do you, to pay attention to that person 3 seats up in the bleacher who's calling out names of the players of the other team. You don't need to be aware of the person in the 7th bleacher on the other side who's yelling out cheers along with the cheerleaders on the sideline. You don't even need to be aware of that kid sitting there, totally oblivious to the game, clearly working on his algebra homework. All those things just fade away, as does anything unnecessary as you take this feeling with you off the court now and find yourself moving into a store where you might at first have been a little anxious. You find yourself just realizing you can carry this path to your laughing place inside, and the path takes you to the place, and the place goes with you into the store. And suddenly, there's a sensation, perhaps faint, of the crowd melting away, just like in the game, fading away, melting away, until it's you and the people you care about, and only aware of the others that you need to be aware of to move forward to accomplish your future plan. And how that feeling of enjoyment starts to build as you remember and reconnect with the people on your team here, the people you care about. How the voices of people talking in the next row just fade away as being unimportant. How this feeling of enjoyment and laughter and peace can continue to build as everything else unnecessary fades away into the bleachers. The only things that you become aware of is anyone moving into your field, just the same as on the basketball court, where you notice them, note them, but you don't let the image of them interfere with your connection with your loved ones. Notice that very instant from a place of laughter and peace, that an analysis that happened in your head. Is this player a threat? How do I change my dribbling shift to continue to stay connected and move forward? And it would just happen. And so too here in this store, people coming in and out of awareness only long enough for your brain to say, huh, how do I shift to adapt to this new information? And remember that sensation of how what might scare other people, a player trying to get in somebody's face, waving their arms, trying to distract them from the dribbling, trying to distract them from the pass, how that even would fade away for you, and you wouldn't be distracted. You would continue to feel that sense of laughter and peace as you connected with the players, as you pass the ball, as you receive the ball. The distractions of those other players from the other side just wouldn't even penetrate. And isn't it interesting to experience that now here in the store? As people walking in and out, your mind quickly notices the distraction. and just plans the move accordingly. Hears their voices and very quickly categorizes them as focused on each other. You might find yourself stepping to the side or moving a cart around someone or shifting which side of the aisle you're going down so as to not cause a traffic jam, and how all of it just flows as you move down the court, as you move down the aisle. And isn't it interesting that you can have a sense if someone were to ask you how many people were in the stands? You would say, oh, about 50 on our side, 20 on their side. And you might find yourself wondering, how did I know that? Because they just weren't important while you were on the court. A part of you was being observant and taking it in case you needed to pay attention, while the rest of you enjoyed playing. Remember that feeling of what it was like to have a part of you pay attention to the details of the background, while the rest of you enjoyed playing. And here too now, in the store, a part of you paying attention to the crowd in the background, while the rest of you enjoys playing. Curious how you find a shift happening now inside. A part of you wondering, when's the next time I can play with the people I care about? And you find almost a building energy inside. When is the next game? I can't wait to play again with these people I care about, and let all the rest fade to the background. And I don't know whether this will show up first later today or in the week to come. And I don't know at what point you will find yourself perhaps saying to someone you care about, hey, let's go to the store. And how that might cause you to giggle or be curious about what has shifted, or perhaps just smile and move forward with this chance to be with the ones you care about. And in a moment, I'm going to alert you by counting slowly from 1 to 3 as your unconscious continues to work on this as it did on the court, placing it and making it ready for you to call upon, as another part of your unconscious makes a plan to look forward to enjoying your next game, your next time on the court or in the aisle, your next chance to enjoy connecting with those you love. And I will count from 1 to 3, and when I say 3, you can blink your eyes and open them and come back to fully alert, sound in mind, sound in body, and in control of your feelings, remembering clearer and clearer every time you repeat this, the path back to your laughing place, your peaceful place, your path back to the game within. 1. Rousing up slowly. 2. Shifting and moving. And 3. Wide awake, alert, feeling refreshed, and ready for the next game.